How's it, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to go over exactly what I'm looking at for the altcoins, okay? We got a terrible close on the total 3 yesterday, this morning. And I want to speak about exactly what I'm looking at for some tokens. And this is not looking too good for altcoins, okay? So I want to speak about where the next levels are that we can potentially bounce. And I want to speak about what coins I'm actually looking at for these bounces, okay? Because there are some coins that are looking relatively strong compared to the other tokens, right? So you want to focus on those ones when we are in this type of structure, okay? So first of all, we want to look at total 3, okay? So when you look at total 3, you can see that we lost this trend line, guys. We spoke about it in the Telegram group as well. We lost this trend line. We lost this 0.5 level. The next key level, guys, for total 3 here, for the altcoins, is this zone over here, 1.1, which is basically this low over here, this support, okay? Very strong level. Then if we lose that level, then we do have this level as well, okay? 979 billion, okay? But there is a chance that we can potentially close back above this range and then potentially get a bounce, right? There is a chance that could happen today. It is a Friday. So, potentially we can get a bounce from this zone. But just looking at this chart right now, and if we look at some other altcoins, you'll see that a lot of coins actually broke trend within today, which is not a good thing for the altcoin market, right? So the higher probability setup is we're probably going to roll over and then we potentially bounce from this zone over here. This looks like a very strong level of support, right? So there's a higher probability of us bouncing from here than the current price action, okay? Sorry, the current level that we're sitting at right now, okay? So total 3, it's not looking good, right? We lost the level. So what I'm gonna wait for is I'd rather wait for price to come down over here and then we see a potential reaction and then we look for longs, okay? But I do want to speak about one token that is looking really good, and that's XMR. I posted about it today in the Telegram group, and essentially, guys, XMR is looking really good. It's bouncing from this key level here. Do you guys remember when I posted about this, where we took out these lows, right? Then we had this trend line over here, and what I was waiting for price to get back above this level over here, this 288 level, okay? But now we're starting to form this beautiful trend line over here, and this level is still holding us support, right? You can see multiple rejections at the zone. So what you want to see is you want to see price start getting above this level. But to be honest with you, like getting a break of trend here, it sounds nice, but essentially for me to enter this trade, I want to see price get above this level here, because this is the level that is holding price action down, right? This is where people are looking to short the market, right? You can see multiple rejections at this level, okay? So for me, I want to see price get above this level and then we look for the retracement longs, okay? So obviously break of trend is a must, but that would happen regardless. But essentially I want to see price get above like 302.39, okay? So XMR is on my radar, okay? XRP also on my radar. You can see our XRP, it's still holding support, but we got a huge daily bearish close here. But the thing is, we are still holding this level, right? We are still holding this box over here, right? And we didn't close below these wicks, which is telling us that there is a potential that XRP can still bounce. So the reason why I haven't been posting too many setups this week is because it's been very uncertain of where we want to go, right? When coins are holding support and holding like these wicks as support, you can't really take shorts. You need price to break structure first, right? Although this was the level that we could have looked for a short because we got rejected from that zone. But if you didn't take the short over here, then there's no, you can't really be taking shorts down here. The only option here for XRP is to look for a bounce long, right? Which is what I'm going to be playing for, and that's for most tokens, okay? So XRP, I do want to see price. It's very simple. You can just see it straight away here. This is the level, okay? You want to see XRP start getting back above the zone. If we get it back above here, then we're starting to change structure again, right? Because that is your lower high on the lower time frame, right? You can see it perfectly on the 1 hour time frame. If we start getting back above this zone over here, it shows us that price is potentially going to get a bounce from these zones, okay? So on the 4 hour time frame, it shows you that it's just one candle. But if you go down to the lower time frames, like the 15 and the 1 hour, it shows a lower high, right? And essentially that is going to be the breakout as well. So like if we do have a trend line drawn over here as well, this is essentially what we got right over there, okay? But what I'm going to wait for is just wait for price to break above this 2.86, then we get a retracement, then we go for longs, right? Because we need to see structure break first. So XRP on my radar as well. Polkadot Okay, guys, Polkadot actually broke below this level. So, like I said yesterday, there was two options for Polkadot for sells. You want to see price get below this level, which is exactly what happened. Okay, so we got below this level, and price is looking like it wants to come lower, right? But the problem is right now, we broke below this level, but we still have support over here that we didn't break structure, right? So if you see the most recent low over here, right over here, we still close respecting that zone. So I'm not going to actually be interested in taking the short because there is a potential that this is just a fake out and we still get price to come up, right? So DOT right now, potentially just going to wait to see how the next daily candle closes. If we do close like below here, then we can look for sells more so, okay? Then if you guys remember Eigen, right? I posted this trade the other day, and I did get out of it, but it's pretty much still an entry price. I still think that this could play out, guys. I mean, if you do look at Eigen on the weekly time frame, this is the weekly retest. The daily time frame still holding structure, right? Daily time frame still holding structure. It's still relatively bullish, right? So this could still be a play. If you guys want to enter this trade, you just put your stops below the low. You put like a 3x leverage on because your stop loss is around about 12%, and your TP 71%. So definitely a coin to watch out for, Eigen. Okay. So Eigen and XMR, these are the two tokens that are looking relatively bullish compared to the most of the market. Okay, so you want to be focusing on those types of tokens, whereas tokens like ENA got absolutely smacked, right? We below support over here. Tau, also Tau got smacked yesterday as well, right? This was that breakdown. There's a lot of tokens that are not looking too good right now, but the ones that are looking good those are the ones that you should be focusing on because those are the ones that are going to bounce hard, right? But yeah, those are the two tokens that I'm currently looking at. There is one more that I just forgot. Just give it a second. Obviously AVAX, we had a beautiful trade on AVAX the other day. But yeah, it's pretty much come back down to entry almost. So like we hit TP. And it's come all the way back down here. This could be a key level for AVAX, guys. Have a look at this. So if we do look at AVAX, we have support over here. We are holding support, so there is potential for AVAX to bounce from this zone. So just watch this level as well. If AVAX can potentially close back above this zone, there's potential for it to continue higher. Yeah. So AVAX also on the radar. But the thing is, when tokens have that massive run and then they retrace super hard, it does take them a lot longer to come back. But yeah, that's pretty much. So what I'm focusing on is I'm mainly focusing on total 3 today. And the reason why I'm focusing on total 3 today is because we have lost that trend line. We lost that 0.5 level. There's a high probability that we come down to the 1.01 trillion, right? Getting a bounce here doesn't really make sense because we really lost those levels. So I would honestly prefer to see if we come down a little bit lower here and then we get a bounce at like 1.01. That would be amazing. Okay, so just be careful today, guys. Just focus on what the charts are saying. Don't just focus on just looking at Bitcoin and being like, oh, Bitcoin's bearish, then we're going to take sells and everything. Focus on what each individual chart is showing, because XMR is showing a bounce, guys. XMR is showing a bounce. Eigen is showing a potential bounce, right? But a lot of tokens are showing potential downsides, right? So there's a bit of a rotation happening. Also Zero, I think Zero pumped hard today, right? Let's have a look at Zero before I jump off. But have a look at this. So you can see some tokens, guys. We did miss this one, unfortunately. Let's have a look here on the daily. So Zero coming back to resistance here. But what I'm trying to say is some tokens will bounce, some tokens will obviously get wrecked, right? So you have to kind of just play what each token's looking at currently, right? Don't just make an assumption based on Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's the worst thing to do, right? Rather just trade how each chart individually is looking like. So the thing with Zero right now, I mean, you can't really take a trade now because we are at resistance, right? We're literally climbing up super hard here. If we get a daily close above here, then we can look for a potential breakout trade back to these highs, okay? But that's tomorrow's plan. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for watching the video. If you can, like the video and subscribe to the channel, that would be amazing. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you guys, if you guys have any questions or any things, just send me a link. Send me a @ in the Telegram group, and I'll definitely help you guys out there. So I hope everyone has a great Friday, and I'll see you guys in the Telegram group.